To say stand up and speak out, ladies. Start a movement, ladies. Those French girls come here, they spoke on the stage of Unite the Kingdom. Next up, British ladies have started speaking out across the nation. None more than the pink ladies. Come up here, girls.
With you all today. We are so nervous, I'm pretty sure our hearts are beating louder than them speakers. We aren't politicians, we are not activists, we're just mums. Ordinary women who never ever imagined we would one day feel compelled to stand on a stage like this. Like so many women, we've reached a point where speaking up feels less frightening than staying quiet. But for many, attending an event organised by our good man Tommy here can threaten livelihoods, destroy reputations, and even put families at risk. Now that should concern every single person here, because people should not feel afraid to peacefully stand beside their beliefs that they hold, especially when it concerns children. Imagine how many more people would be here today if free speech truly felt protected. We know there'd be at least 11 more speakers, right, Tom? But we mustn't be afraid to speak harsh truths. The country we grew up in is no longer recognisable. Walking through town on public transport when your children are out with friends, even going about normal daily life comes with constant worry. That instinct telling you something isn't right. People call us racist, paranoid, they say that we're making it up, but we all see it, we all feel it. And the statistics, they don't lie. So in the year ending 2025, there were over 209,000 sexual assaults recorded, and that is just in England and Wales alone. 10 years ago, that number was just 85,000. Now, that's around 570 people every single day. These aren't just people, that's someone's daughter, someone's mother, and someone's sister. 71,000 are victims of rape. The trauma reaches far beyond the victim, destroying families, relationships, trust, and lives forever. That's not the full picture. Research shows that most sexual assaults are never actually reported, often because of fear, shame, or feeling they won't be believed. We mustn't forget, though, that the public are not being given transparency in the breakdown of these offences, and that lack of clarity fuels mistrust. These figures demand honest scrutiny, because without a clear picture, how are we supposed to change anything? Without transparency, there can be no accountability. And while all of this is happening, our men and boys, they're facing another danger. Over 50,000 knife crimes last year. These are not just numbers, these are people, someone's son, father, brother. We know violence exists across all races, all backgrounds, and all religions, but that reality should never be used as a reason to ignore growing risk. It would be ignorant not to acknowledge that these rising statistics have occurred alongside staggering increases of migration. Over 70,000 illegal crossings have taken place through Kent ports alone since Labour come into power. Let me put that into context for you. That is nearly 4 times the capacity of the O2 Arena, or the equivalent of 140 Crowborough camps. Ordinary people live with the consequences, while those clowns over there, responsible, hide behind security, privilege, and press statements. They take our taxes, they dismiss our concerns, and they expect silence in return from us. It is not racist to speak honestly. The fact is, many of these men arriving come from cultures where values towards women and children are not just different, they are completely incompatible with those of our own. That's just the reality. Pretending otherwise puts our children and women at risk. Now, women and children, they are the beating heart of any nation. Okay? They should be protected at all costs and put first. Not our government, though. And that is exactly why groups like the Pink Ladies now exist. At the end of the day, this is very simple for us. If we see danger and we stay silent, what does that make us? If we know something is wrong and say nothing, then we are failing at the most important thing that we will ever be in this life: mothers. The traditions we are trying to hold on to mould the foundations this country was built on. Christian values run deep in our laws and our way of life. We believe it is important to protect that heritage and pass it on. We want children to grow up proud of where they come from, not taught to hate it, not made to apologise or feel guilty for actions taken by people long before they was even born. We want them to say the Lord's Prayer in school, and we want them to take part in a Christmas nativity without fear of offending. Identity and culture matter, and it must be protected at all costs. Without shared values, strong communities and secure borders, we lose the country we grew up loving. So we're asking people today, don't just walk away from here and forget. Stand together, speak louder, back each other. Be proud of who you are and be proud of what you believe in. This is no longer about right or wrong, left or right. This is about right or wrong. Because we are tired. We are tired of innocent people being hurt, working hard, paying their taxes, and no longer feeling safe. We are tired of constant failures from governments, both past and present. We miss the country we grew up in, summer evenings with family and friends that feel safe, children laughing in the streets without fear, traditional fish and chips down on that pier, seaside towns full of life, neighbours who actually know each other, and communities that feel connected. So despite the labels, despite the mockery, despite the intimidation, we are the Pink Ladies and we will not be silenced. Because if we don't speak up now, we leave our children a world where they cannot. Across Europe, women are facing the same dangers. This is why we are standing shoulder to shoulder with our sisters across Europe. Women like the Collective Nemesis in France, together raising our voices, impossible to ignore. This will be starting in Dover on the 4th of July. A day when America celebrates its freedoms, we come together to fight for ours. And we ask you to stand with us. Because this is not hate. This is love. But love for our children, love for our land, a future shaped by our own hand. Silence is easy, but silence is wrong. And if we stay silent, everything we love will be gone. Thank you. Thank you, London. Woo!
She nailed it with that speech, did she not? Are you inspired, ladies? Are you going to join them on the 4th of July, ladies? Do you know what? 2 years ago, women were too scared to speak out. That's the change. That's what's happening. Those who were silent are no longer silent. This is ordinary mothers throwing themselves in the way, ready to take the hit, because they know it's the right thing to do. Silence is no longer an option.